Podtastic.
Good morning, Mega Podlings. It's Krazy Joe. And guess what? I am at a pop-up drive-in. A local company has created a pop-up drive-in right in the same shopping center where RetroCon is usually held and the Great Philly Comic-Con. So this pop-up is much closer to my house than any of the other drive-ins I've gone to, like Becky's Drive-In. It's much, much, much closer. But there's pluses and minuses. The plus is it's much closer. The minus is it costs $25 per car, which if you have a bunch of people in a car, that's kind of worthwhile. However, if you're going solo, which I'm not today, I got my wife and my daughter with me, but if you're going solo, $25 per car is a bit steep. Like, whereas at Becky's you'd spend like $10 if you were in the car alone. So it's not economical to come to something like this alone. Also, they're only showing one movie, whereas a traditional drive-in like Becky's or the Delsey Drive-In in New Jersey usually shows a double feature. Well, because my daughter's with me, we needed to find something family-friendly. They're doing this every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and every night it's a different show. They're not doing the same movie on consecutive nights. So we're looking at the schedule of movies and trying to find something family-friendly. Now, I really would have liked to have gotten here Thursday. Thursday, they were showing Shazam. That would have been my top pick of what one to see. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out with our schedule. Last night, they were showing the movie Palm Springs, which is a Hulu original, and that's not family-friendly. We couldn't bring Kira to that. So tonight is The Wizard of Oz. We're going to check out The Wizard of Oz on this screen right over here. Here it is. That is the pop-up screen we are going to be watching The Wizard of Oz on. Right now, it looks like they're showing a Nerf commercial. I'm not entirely sure. We don't have the sound on yet. Nerf Challenge coming soon to a location near you. Interesting. Kilborn Live Event is the name of the company putting this on, apparently. Cinema Pop-Ups. So if you go to cinemapopups.com, according to the screen, maybe they're doing this in your area too. Who knows? But we're about to see The Wizard of Oz. I decided to get out of the car. There's the screen. I decided to get out of the car and walk over to the concession tent. They have a concession tent, and let's see what they got over there. Hey, it's worth checking out. Walking over to the concession tent. There it is. Oh, I think I smell funnel cake. That menu. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, cotton candy, hot dogs, nachos. There is indeed funnel cake. That is not a bad menu. Right next to the concession, these are the bathrooms. We are doing porta potties. That is the bathroom of choice around here, porta potties. United Site Services. And there's a little cleaning station. So this is the situation. Concession tent. There's the screen. There's the dump. And I will head back to the car and meet up with Christine. This is what you call a lost video. A lost video. What do I mean by a lost video? Well, let me explain. The footage you just saw, the footage you just watched at the drive-in movie, well, that was shot well over a month ago. well over a month ago, Christine and I went to the drive-in, saw Wizard of Oz. We took my daughter, my youngest daughter, with us. It was the first drive-in experience ever for my wife and my daughter. And I started shooting. And, Christine doesn't appear in a lot of my videos, but she said, hey, I was there. I was at the drive-in with you. Maybe I can do the video with you where we talk about the drive-in experience and what we thought of it. So I said, oh, okay. Well, when we got home, it was too late. She didn't want to do it. The next day, the kids were acting up. It was just one of those days. So it was one of those things where I never edited the video because I was waiting for Christine. And then I forgot I had it. I frankly forgot I shot that video. I completely blanked and forgot it was there. A couple days ago, I was going through my phone, deleting old pictures, deleting old videos, trying to make storage on my phone. And I stumbled upon these videos and said, oh my gosh, I took video at the drive-in like over a month ago and forgot to do a video on it. So this is what you call a lost video, folks. Well, the drive-in we went to was in Oaks, Pennsylvania. It was a pop-up drive-in. And, it's just an empty parking lot. They kind of stuck up a screen. This company's been doing these pop-up drive-ins all over the country during the pandemic. And we thought we would check it out. This particular showing was Wizard of Oz, which wouldn't have been high on my list, quite frankly. But we needed to go see something kid-friendly because we knew we were bringing Kira with us. Let me give you my feelings on Wizard of Oz. My feelings on Wizard of Oz are a little different. You'll never hear anyone say anything bad about Wizard of Oz. People love the Wizard of Oz. People are fanatical about the Wizard of Oz. And it makes me feel a little guilty to say, yeah, I'm not so crazy about the Wizard of Oz. I loved it as a kid. I really did. I loved it as a kid. But as I got older, I read like the Oz books, the novels that they were based on, and they're a little darker. The Disney movie, Disney's Return to Oz, is actually closer in tone than the original Wizard of Oz. Like the Disney one is more closer to the books. So I think as I got older, I started to really appreciate the more fantasy kind of element of it. And the movie was a little too different. I don't know. It's one of those things where there's no denying it's a phenomenal movie. It's a classic. It's an absolute classic. So it's not a matter of this is bad, because it's not bad. It's great. It's excellent. It's just a matter of my tastes kind of shifted a little bit. It's sort of like, let's look at it like Batman. Okay? The Adam West series is a television classic. It's an absolute classic. But if you prefer your darker, more gothic, like Christian Bale Batman, then the Adam West series may completely leave you cold. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's not. I don't think anyone out there in their right mind is going to tell you the Adam West Batman is bad. But to someone who's more of the Frank Miller, Christopher Nolan vein, that Adam West series just might not be what they're looking for. And I think that's where we are with The Wizard of Oz. It's an absolute classic film. But as I got to appreciate the books more, it really wasn't for me. But you know what? I'm tangenting. You're not really here to hear my thoughts on The Wizard of Oz. We're here to talk about the pop-up drive-in. So what were my thoughts? Well, I'll tell you, it's cool they're doing it. It's cool they're doing it. It's cool that they had this idea of, hey, let's, because not everyone has a drive-in near them. I mean, there's a few drive-ins in Pennsylvania, but I drive over an hour to get to them. It's over an hour drive. Like I did a couple videos at Becky's Drive-In. Becky's Drive-In is over an hour for me. So getting to a drive-in, not always easy. And then there's areas who have even less drive-ins than around here. At least I have one within an hour. There's places that don't have a drive-in within an hour. So it was kind of a cool thing that they're doing these little pop-ups. I appreciated that. And it was a good presentation too. The picture looked pretty good. It was, they had a little makeshift concession stand, which you saw. The bathrooms were porta potties, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So all in all, it was pretty well done. I think I give them my hats off to them for the pop-up drive-in. I think they did a good job. Also, their selection of movies wasn't bad. They were doing a different movie every night on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday nights. So 4 nights in a row, they'd operate Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every one of those nights, it would be a different movie. I know they were doing a Harry Potter movie once a week. So I think if you went on Sundays, you would get for 8 consecutive Sundays, you could see all 8 Harry Potter movies. They had Shazam one week. They had things like, I think they did Willy Wonka. Their family stuff. Space Jam was one week. A lot of family titles. Ghostbusters was there. So it was, The Goonies. The Goonies was one week. A good selection of classic films. So, excellent selection of films. Well presented. Well projected. Everything was done really, really well. My one complaint would be on the price. To go to the drive-in was $20 a car. $20 a car. Now, that might not sound too bad. And sure enough, if you have a car full of people, that's a pretty good price. It's a pretty good price for a car full of people. We had 3 people in our car, $20, perfectly fair. But what if you're going alone? What if nobody's with you and you just want to go see a movie on your own? Then it's not really worth it. Because, I went to Becky's drive-in, they charge per head. So it's one person in your car, you're going to pay about, maybe less than $10 probably. So you're kind of screwed if you don't have anyone with you. If it's just you, it's the same as I always say with these on-demand titles, with a lot of the movies going premium video on demand, like Trolls 2 and Scoob and The King of Staten Island. I always say, when you're watching something like Trolls, $20 is a fair price for the rental because you're going to be watching with the kids. It's you, your wife, the kids. How many kids you got? I don't know. The kids might watch it again. You're getting your money's worth when you got the kids there. But then something like King of Staten Island, which also went premium video on demand, I was the only one in the house that was going to watch that. So paying $20 for it was a little steep. Not really worth it. So that's same criticism I have with the drive-in. $20 per car instead of charging per head. It's only a value if you have a lot of people in your car. If it's just one person, you're probably better off going to a traditional drive-in. Still, I'm glad they did it. I think it was a really cool thing. And if the pop-up drive-in comes to your area, maybe you want to check it out. I think it's one company doing it in multiple cities. So it was a pretty cool thing. Walmarts were also doing pop-up drive-ins. Unfortunately, our local Walmart did not do one, so we did not get one in this area. But there you go, pop-up drive-in. Check it out, and keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.